This is the world's smallest camera, which I bought from Temu for 30 Australian dollars. I'm going to try and take some cinematic photos with it and maybe shoot some cinematic video with it. There is just one glaring problem. This thing fucking sucks.
I don't know if I feel confident at all with this thing.
That's so ghetto, dude.
This is so much more stressful than a bad location. You haven't seen the Temu camera yet, have you?
Not yet, but I'm about to, I think.
Yeah.
Are you joking?
So naturally, I brought it into the real world. There's basically no settings for this camera. You turn it on, you press a button, and that's it. Which means that anything that's bright is going to absolutely nuke this thing. So I tried to fix that. So there's this weird plastic lens thing on the front of this, which is removable. This is an ND filter for a DJI Osmo Action. So basically, I just get that and somehow smoosh this. I just had it. Come on. There we go. And jam this on the front here. We have exposure control. Or at least we should have exposure control. Because if this doesn't work, well, that's it. The video's done. Okay, so that's all the way on 3. Or... yeah! Oh, yeah! Oh, that's so good! I can see outside. I can't. Now I can. Oh, it works! Hell yeah! Now that we've turned this into a real camera, I think we're actually ready to go out and shoot something.
So this is the location that I've chosen for today's video, which is called Stony Creek. There is a lovely walking track all through here. And joining me today is my friend Tim.
I do food photography at the moment, and it's good food, Tim.
Go follow him for food stuff. You haven't seen the Temu camera yet, have you?
Not yet, but I'm about to, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
The big reveal.
The
big... small, what the heck?
The big reveal.
What the... I was expecting something a little different to that. Are you joking?
No, this is what we're using. This is actually what we're using today.
So before I actually do anything, I want to try and take a photo on this of the little sign there and maybe get a little bit of B-roll of that just to kind of act as a bit of an establishing shot. Okay, well, she's on and she's working. This is fully charged. This was fully charged when I left. It is on, so it works, and it's on 3 bits of bat, whatever that's meant to mean. The ND is working as I thought it would. That's a good thing. That's a really, really good thing. Okay, I think that was a photo taken. This feels so wrong. I think I might get a bit of a wider shot of the car park. This is working better than I had expected just from what I've done here. But I don't know how it's going to work in a really low light environment, which is technically where we're going to be heading. I guess the only way to know is to find out. So I think let's head into the bush and try and find some cool stuff here.
I think I'm pointing out what I'm meant to be pointing at. And we're also on an actual time limit as well. We can't be out here all day. We've got maybe like an hour or so to kind of get stuff done. So we need to keep moving. All right. This is one of the main spots that I wanted to be because we've got the suspension bridge here. We've got a little creek down there, which should make for some nice cinematic B-roll. So I have this really ghetto idea which involves using a gimbal and the cheap Temu camera. But this won't stabilize on here because it weighs nothing. We're gonna get this and do this. Oh, bumped me elbow. This, I still want to be able to reach the button. Let's get that on the top. Here, please. Oh, that is so That's so ghetto, dude. That is
Sketch.
that is really sketch. I still got access to the screen. Maybe just do that a little bit tight, and then yes, fuck yeah. Okay. Oh. No, no joke. This is so sick. This is actually so sick. Holy fuck. I need to figure out what I'm gonna shoot. I need you to zoom in here. We're on 1 bar of battery. This might be, might not be, right there, one bar of battery. We need to be very quick. Oh, I need to be very quick. This is so much more stressful than a bad location. I'll get you to stay there. I get a little bit of cam reception here. I'm gonna go down to the creek and some of the moving water, some of the suspension bridge as well. Seriously, I can't believe that this is working. There's no way to change it between photo and video mode without turning it on and back off again. I don't know how confident I feel with this at all. Seriously, like this is ridiculous. No one's going to the effort for this. No one's doing that. Why would you do that? But here we are. I'm going to the effort, all this effort, for a shitty $30 Temu camera.
It ain't great. The camera sucks. Just look at the footage here. Like, you can see the individual pixels. It has no color information whatsoever. You know what it feels like? It feels like security footage. Like every piece of security footage from like 2007 or something like that. It's even got the timestamp baked into it. But weirdly, the photos that came out of this thing weren't really the worst part. Yeah, they've got the timestamp still baked into it. They're technically terrible, but they still feel like something. But these photos particularly, they feel like something that you would have taken with your friends on a hiking trail on your first camera phone in like 2008. And honestly, that surprised me. I think being restricted by this camera, it made me pay way more attention to light and composition, because technically this camera wasn't going to save me even with the gimbal, even with the ND filter mod. This camera wasn't going to save me. But I think I also realized why these cameras feel so amateur. Everything is in focus all the time. There's no subject separation whatsoever. And so your eye, it doesn't really know what it should be looking at. And weirdly, I think that is the biggest, or at least one of the biggest differences between cheap cameras and good cameras. Let's see what we got. Look, don't get me wrong, this camera still sucks. I still hate using it, but sometimes things can surprise you, even if the surprise still doesn't mean it's a great end result, but it's not what you expected. Just like this sunset shot here. This sunset shot I didn't expect to get out of this camera, and I didn't really shoot it on the same day, but does that really matter? I still really like it. And it did leave me with one question. I was shooting all of the same stuff that I was shooting on my A7 IV, but yet the A7 IV just felt so much better. This thing still feels like garbage no matter what you do with it. But at what point does price actually start to matter when it comes to cameras. Because even with something that's this bad, I still found something to connect with. I still can't recommend this though. This thing is fucking terrible. And if you want to know if a $10 camera can be cinematic, click right here.